time now is 6:02, and I hereby call this regularly scheduled meeting of the City Council to order. Could you please bow your heads for invocation by Councilman Shepherd?
Lord, please look over this assembly here today. Help us honor Mr. Bob Walker for all he's done. He's a true American hero. Help our council make great decisions to better our community, and bless everybody in the city of Diamondhead and the state of Mississippi. Amen.
Amen.
Now, at this time, I'm going to ask you to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, and I'm going to ask that the troops in the back please come to the front and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, and please do not be seated after the Pledge of Allegiance.
May the audience please rise. Scouts, attention. Color guard, forward march. Color guard, present the colors. Please join me in signing the Pledge of Allegiance. Scout salute. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
2. Color guard dismissed, you may be seated.
It's a very special night here in Diamondhead. Whereas the mayor and the council of the city of Diamondhead wish to honor United States Marine Corps World War II veteran, Mr. Robert Walker, who will celebrate his 102nd birthday on June 25th, 2022. And whereas Mr. Robert Walker and his wife Kathleen are residents of the city of Diamondhead. And whereas Mr. Walker was inspired to serve his country during its hour of need by joining the Marine Corps. After completing his basic training and being assigned to the 4th Marine Division, he was sent to the Pacific, where on February 19, 1945, he fought in the Battle of Iwo Jima. And whereas within days, some 70,000 United States Marines landed on Iwo Jima, fighting one of the bloodiest battles of World War II. The Marines bravely battled, knowing they were significantly outnumbered by Japanese forces, and knowing that casualties would be high. And whereas on March 4th, 1945, Mr. Walker was severely wounded by shrapnel and immediately evacuated to Hawaii to receive proper medical care. On February 28, 1945, Mr. Walker was discharged from the Marine Corps, and he began his civil life again. And whereas the Purple Heart is known to be one of the oldest and most prestigious United States military awards given to an armed forces who has been wounded or killed in the line of duty. And whereas, for his service, Mr. Walker was awarded a Purple Heart Medal, Pacific Campaign Medal with a star, the American Campaign Medal, and the World War II Victory Medal. After his decorated service in the Marine Corps, Mr. Walker began working for the California Department of Motor Vehicles, where he retired from a supervising position. And now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the mayor and the council of the city of Diamondhead do hereby recognize the United States Marine Corps veteran, Mr. Robert Walker, World War II Iwo Jima Purple Heart recipient for his sacrifices he's made defending our freedoms, to acknowledge his courage and to show him the honor and support he has earned. And in witness thereof, I unto set my hand and cause a seal of the city of Diamondhead on this day, March the 15th. Thank you. Can we ask that the fellow Marines come up and let us get a photo and the council come down?
Marine Corps League members, please come up. Picture all of us. Yeah. Sound good, man. It's okay to cover me up. Everyone finished? Yes. Hoorah. Hoorah. Hoorah.
If anybody would like to come up and meet Mr. Walker, we're going to take a few minutes and allow that. The scouts, do you want to come up and get a photo with Mr. Walker? This is a big honor.
I didn't realize I was right in the middle of the picture.
Are we all in?
And tonight, we also have a representative from Congressman Stevens Palazzo's office, and he would like to present Mr. Walker with the presentation. Sawyer, thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Good afternoon, everybody. Like you said, my name's Sawyer Walters. I work for Congressman Palazzo's office, and we're able to present a flag flown over the U.S. Capitol on behalf of Rival Walker's honor that we were able to have flown over, as well as a certificate. But with me today, I also brought a copy of our congressional record that we had done in 2020, and I'd like to take a second to read that as well to present them. So back in 2020, this is from Congressman Stephen Palazzo. It says, Mr. Speaker, I rise today in honor of the outstanding work of PFC Robert Walker, who celebrates 100 years of life on June 25th, 2020. Mr. Walker hails from Spokane, Washington, and worked many jobs before a call to service in his country during its hours of need and inspired him to join the Marine Corps. After completing basic training and being assigned to the 4th Marine Division, he was sent to the Pacific Theater where he fought in the Battle of Iwo Jima from February 19th until March 4th, 1945. On March 4th, 1945, Mr. Walker received several wounds by shrapnel and immediately was evacuated to Hawaii, given proper medical care. On September 28, 1945, Mr. Walker was discharged from the Marines and began his civilian life again. His wife of over 50 years, Betty, whom he met in San Francisco, where he spent most of his life prior to the war, was waiting for him when he returned. The Battle of Iwo Jima was one of the bloodiest and most ferociously fought battles of World War II. Mr. Walker was one of the nearly 70,000 Marines who bravely battled entrenched Japanese forces, knowing full well that the casualties would be high. For his service, Mr. Walker was awarded the Purple Heart Medal, Asiatic Pacific Campaign Medal with Star, the American Campaign Medal, and the World War II Victory Medal. After his decorated service in the Marine Corps, Mr. Walker began working for the California Department of Motor Vehicles, where he retired from a supervising position. Mr. Walker said that one of the happiest days of his life was when he was released from the Marine Corps, but he will also testify that his time in the Corps changed and defined his life. The phrase, "once a Marine, always a Marine," comes to mind when one thinks of the valiant heart and storied life of our friend Francis Walker. Stephen Palazzo, Member of Congress. So, Mr. Walker, on behalf of Congressman Stephen Palazzo, we'd like to present this flag flown over our Capitol, as well as your congressional record.
It's hard to follow anything after that.
Yeah,
It's
really.
a true and American hero we have living here in Diamondhead. Well, thank you all. We appreciate you all. Okay, we are going to move over to the city clerk for roll call.
Mayor DeBrio,
Here.
Councilmember Finley,
Here.
Councilmember Moran, Councilmember Shepherd,
Here.
Councilmember Clark,
Here.
Councilmember Marr.
Here.
I am going to move. Councilman Shepherd, let me confirm that you can hear and everything is clear. Councilman Finley.
I'm loud and clear, Mayor. I'm loud and clear.
Shepherd says he's loud and clear as well. Okay, thank you. I am going to move to adjust the agenda. We've got a few items that we need to add. So under the consent agenda, we're going to add 17A and B. 17A is 2022-113, a motion to authorize the administration to submit a letter to the Mississippi Emergency Management Agency regarding the status of Hurricane Zeta, Cat B, and Cat Z reimbursements. And also 17B, 2022-114, a motion to purchase real property located on Crookedstead, lot number 88, from Glen Eagle Development LLC in the amount of $38,000 for drainage access to the proposed 25-acre detention pond site, and authorize the city manager to execute the purchase. I made the motion. Could I get a second to move as amended?
Second.
Second made by Councilman Marr. And we have to do a roll call, being we have one councilman entered via the phone, so it's going to be a little longer tonight than usual. City Clerk?
Finley,
Yes.
Shepherd,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Marr,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. The next regularly scheduled city council meeting will be held on April 5th, 2022 at 6 p.m. in the council chambers at Diamondhead City Hall. The second annual Dog Park Day will be held Saturday, April 9th from 11 to 4 on the south side. And this is going to be a big event in Diamondhead. We've got vendors coming out, cooking competition, dog parade, dog piloting contest. It goes on and on and on. 50 events in one day, so make plans to attend. The celebration commemorating the City of Diamondhead's 10th anniversary of incorporation will be held on Tuesday, April the 26th at 5:30 p.m. That event will be held here at City Hall out on the town green. We will have a white tent. We will have flavors of Diamondhead, appetizers from local restaurants, wine, champagne. Hopefully, we'll be graced by the governor and lieutenant governor and other federal and state leaders here celebrating our 10th anniversary. It's going to be a big night, and we're going to have displays from the beginning of Diamondhead all the way through the 10 years. So it's going to be a fun night. Y'all come out and celebrate. Next, we have Miss Jennifer Lay with the Mississippi Main Street. And we're excited to hear about Main Street. Yes, Jennifer, sorry, I moved it.
Mayor, Council, thank you so much for having me tonight. Citizens of Diamondhead, I would not be doing it justice if I didn't also thank you for having me, because Main Street truly is a grassroots effort. It's a community-led effort. As the mayor said, I'm Jennifer Lay. I'm the Community Development Director with Mississippi Main Street. So I get to work with all of our local programs across the state. I've been with the program for about 3 years, and I think I can officially say that this is my first from the ground up program that I'm working with as part of the staff. And so I just really want to commend you as a city for your investment in Main Street. Main Street is a preservation-based approach to economic development, which is really interesting because you guys have a lot of new things going on, and that just really speaks to the fact that you're committed to developing a sense of place that people can relate to and that they feel good about and where they want to be. And so from the state level, we're here to walk alongside you as you do that. I know you already have some great partners with Orion Planning and Development, and they've done a great plan for you guys. Congratulations on your groundbreaking. But what we will do is be here to train your staff and your leaders and your community members and employ them with strategies that they can implement to be successful. We believe that they're proven strategies that are going to be catalysts to not only grow your community, but also create economic impact that will provide for your tax base. The mayor told me right before we came on that you guys never stop growing, and your commitment to investing in Main Street is proof of that, because you know where you want to be, you have a vision for it, and we're just so excited to help you get there, and we're excited to see Diamondhead grow. This is my first time here, and it's been lovely, and so anything that I can do for you at the state level or any of my coworkers, please don't hesitate to reach out, and we look forward to being here even more. Any questions, I'm happy to take.
Thank you. We're excited to have you. And I did mention a few of the committees that we're ready to put under it. We've got a few nonprofits already forming that are ready to get under Main Street, and a group of volunteers that are sitting on go, ready to assist.
That's wonderful. Main Street really is a grassroots effort, and it does take it, at the community level, and that's what encourages growth, and that's what encourages buy-in. So keep pushing that and keep reaching out to all segments of the community, and you're destined to be successful. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Miss Natalie Guess, and she is going to talk about the Blue Navigator Program. Welcome, Natalie.
Thank you. So I'm excited for a couple of reasons. I will be working with Diamondhead on the Main Street Association and getting that launched, but tonight I'm going to talk about Golf Blue. So Golf Blue is a regional effort here in South Mississippi where we are really pushing for blue technology. We're poised in the best setting to try and attract blue tech companies here, but more specifically is the Navigator program. And what that is we've partnered with USM and a company in Boston called See Ahead, and we're launching what's called Golf Blue Navigator. It's a second stage startup, so not quite an accelerator, but what we're doing is we're attracting these blue tech companies here. They're going to participate in a 6-month program where they're going to learn more about their business, how they can, whether it's manufacturing or testing at the aquaculture center or putting things in the water. They're going to be able to do that here, and we're going to have mentors, and we also, our main goal is to get them to relocate here. So whether it's their first standalone business or they're going to have a second location, we want them to come here. So the program, we've already announced that at Oceans in Action last week. We're going to start taking applications. It's not just domestic. We're actually trying to pull in international markets. The application process will start in June. We will pick our final ones in August, and then the program will start in November. Why is that so important? Because, for instance, our first employee that we brought in, the program manager for the Golf Blue Navigator program, just moved to Diamondhead from New England. So we're excited about that. Again, just trying to bring not only residents here, get them to move here, but to start their businesses here. And with all the development that Diamondhead has, it's the perfect opportunity to have some of these businesses have their offices located here because it's centrally located, whether it's Port Bienville, Port of Pascagoula, the Port of Gulfport, or even the Thad Cochran Center. It's just a really great poised location for the program. So my ask today is that I submitted a letter of request to utilize the City of Diamondhead's logo on our website. So that way when some of these companies are looking at the Golf Blue Navigator program, they see who our community supporters are. And I'm sure that we're going to probably pull some mentors from the area as well to work with them to help them get, further along in their business. And so we just want your support.
Excellent. Sounds amazing.
Does anybody have any questions?
No, I think it's wonderful. Not only do we need to bring new people here, we need to keep some of the young people that we're educating here. And to bring businesses in like that's a good way to keep them. We talk about the brain drain here in Mississippi.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's a big part of this. So I'm not sure if y'all are familiar, but the Golf Blue program is, like I said, it's a regional effort with all the universities working together with the community to try and not only bring in new businesses, but we're going to start it at an elementary level. So bringing in the funds to help introduce blue tech to young children along the way to show them you can actually work here, stay here, and again, the Gulf of Mexico is the perfect place to test all of these blue tech innovations. So
It's an excellent place to test it.
exactly.
And our logo can be any size that you want to put on the site.
Perfect.
Make it as big as possible.
Yes. No, I appreciate it. And it'll link back to the city's website as well. And so it's a great tool just to show all these businesses all the support that we have.
Thank you.
All right. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you. And next, we're going to turn over to the city manager's report. Mr. Michael Russo.
Yes, ma'am. East Aloha Drive improvements, as y'all probably have seen, the contractor has started working on Monday for the first phase of the East Aloha Drive improvements project. This does have part of the road closed near Rouse's. Residents will have access to all of the businesses as well as deliveries to these businesses during this 75-day construction period. There will be some detours and road closures as the road is worked on. Again, we always ask, please drive safe in the area, be patient while we work on this improvement in our commercial area. NRCS grant, I'm asking for authorization to submit a request for funding from the National Resource Conservation Service for emergency water projects for Colo Court and Alki Way. This is a recommendation from Pickering Engineering. It is the same source of funding that we used for the recent project on Alki Way that we completed. So this is the far end where it merges at I-10 and basically hits another ditch, and we want to prevent that erosion. Janney King was asking for authorization to amend our current agreement with Janney King to add the cleaning of the activity center, the bathrooms, and the hallways on our regular cleaning schedule. This part of the building was not part of our regular routine, but it also is being used more often. They're collecting blood today, for example. So as it's open to the public, we want to make sure it's presentable. Forfeited tax land, the Secretary of State has agreed to donate several parcels to the city that will be used for permanent green space and drainage. So we're asking the council tonight to officially accept that donation from the Secretary of State. Insurance renewal is on the agenda. Our agent came and presented the renewal at the last meeting to the council. Tonight, as we instructed, we'd be actually doing the renewal. So that is on there to renew coverage. Compton Engineering, I was asking for an authorization to sign a new work assignment with Compton Engineer for Anahola Place Drainage Project. This is one of the 4 projects that we listed on our Go Mesa grant last summer. Hopefully the legislative group will be looking at that shortly. It is also a location that several houses flooded during Tropical Storm Claudette last summer. This will have the engineer basically do a review of the area and present recommendations on how to improve the drainage in this area. I did present a map to the council, should be on there. It's the red that we used for the Go Mesa grant. HVAC system for City Hall Administrative Hallway. I'm asking for authorization to replace the HVAC system in City Hall. We had 2 companies come out and provide quotes and ask them to look at it to repair it. Neither company would agree to do that. They basically walked away. and said, y'all need to replace it. At this time, the heater is not working, and the AC is, as we quote, on the last leg. We did receive 2 quotes to replace the HVAC system, so I'm asking tonight that we use the low quote and get that done. Cruising the coast with the passing of Mark Duffy, the city needs to establish a steering committee to help plan our next Blessing of the Classics event in October. We seek volunteers from our community to get involved in the planning for this wonderful event for our community. So I think that's on the agenda, to set up that steering committee and ask our community to get out and get involved. 4th of July fireworks. Upon direction of the council at one of our last meetings, I did meet with the Lazy Gator owners and others about planning a fireworks display in Diamondhead to celebrate the 4th of July. After meeting with the fireworks company and also discussing with the owner of Lazy Gator, they recommend that we do not try to partner with the community in Bay St. Louis, mainly because the Bay St. Louis area would be 1 mile from our marina. So in shooting this Class C show for 20 minutes, our residents, fireworks are going to go up about 250 feet, a mile away. It's going to be very hard to see. Our residents will be disappointed. So I brought the vendor out to the site, talked to them about it, looked at it. They recommended, and I concur, that we do it on site using the festival grounds that we've leased, and do the same Class C show for 20 minutes. It's $9,000. It's a great opportunity for the city to partner with Lazy Gator, as well as try to do another city event out there, have possibly music, food trucks, and some other activities. That would become, again, if the council wants us to go into this mode. So basically, I need some direction from y'all. Do you want me to get with the contractor, get a contract, and bring it back here, or put it to sleep? I think it could be a wonderful event, and we're planning, the discussion is Saturday the 2nd at 9 o'clock. Compared to actually Monday, the 4th of July at 9 o'clock, when people go to work the next day. So I just need some kind of direction from y'all on what you want me to do next. Again, my recommendation is let's proceed, and then we'd kind of shift some dollars around in our event kind of budget to fund it.
I think we all agree with that, working with you to go ahead and get with the contractor, and let's get a proposal and let's get moving on it, because we got a lot planned for July 2nd. It's going to be a fun night in Diamondhead. First time to get the fireworks going, and we're working on doing a kids fishing rodeo. It's going to be a fun time. No need to leave for the 4th. You can stay right here.
And I would comment that the vendor has been doing this for 30 years. They do the display in New Orleans. They do this big display in Biloxi. They do have a $10 million insurance policy, which we would be named as additional insured, as well as we'd probably name some other property owners in the area. So those are just things I just wanted to make sure were clear for y'all.
Okay. Any questions for the city manager to my left?
Yeah, was January, the 2nd, was that the only date we could choose from that, or is that?
No, it was the date. It was the date that I was kind of recommended to me, and so there is other events that are having fireworks down the coast. So this works out for that vendor to be able to be there. But just from our own community, coming out on a Saturday, you can do a day-long event and other stuff. Was how it was looked at.
That's a Saturday night, and Sunday would have been difficult, and we know Monday would have. Any questions to my right?
No, I think Saturday's a great day for that.
Councilman Finley?
No, ma'am, no question.
Okay, I have one thing to add, which I forgot to add it on the agenda. It was one of the items that I wanted to mark up. On the project that we're doing the work assignment with Compton Engineering, if we could change the name of the title from this day forward, and on the motion, it needs to say Anahula/Hannah Place, because we have had several residents, I've been over there so many times, that their homes flooded. The ditch, the major outfall ditch is behind Hannah Place that drains this entire area that goes under Diamondhead East and eventually out to Coon Branch. So if we could name this Anahula Hannah, then we know that the folks on Hannah know that this is their area and we're working on it.
Sorry. If you look at the map area, that is definitely included. I think it even goes up to the street to the, I'm going to call it to the west of it, to maybe Pine 2 at the end of where the hole is for that. All that's draining and flowing to this one area.
It does. It
Okay,
goes,
as well
all
as
goes
part
up.
of Pine. I'm not a golfer that much, but Pine 3 So it's a massive area, and that's why I wanted to show y'all on a map. That it is kind of what we're looking at, just to have them analyze it, give us the recommendations, and just start that process. We know how long things are taking right now with so much work out there. So it just kind of gets this stuff going, and hopefully the Go Mesa money will come through.
So the Hannah on the end, so we know. Thank you very much. Okay, so moving right along, public comments. We do have one public comment for an agenda item. Mr. Bob? If you could just state your address for the record.
My name is Bob Pinot. I live at 7426 Turnberry Drive. I'm here to speak today about your new agenda item 17B. It's the Crooked Stick lot acquisition for the retention pond. Now, I look at the motion language, and it says that the purpose of buying the lot is for drainage access, and I guess I don't really know what that means. I don't know if that means for access for water or access for vehicles, but it's pretty clear to me that vehicle access will be necessary to create the actual retention pond. So lot 88 of Glen Eagle would be the access lot. Parcel C of Glen Eagle would be the actual 25-acre retention pond. Both of those pieces of property are part of Glen Eagle. They're platted property, and they are bound by the deed restrictions. I have no objection to appropriate drainage improvements. I'm just speaking here tonight as a friendly reminder to all of you that this project needs to conform to the Glen Eagle deed covenants, and that people will be watching to make sure that they do.
Thank you very much, Bob, and we agree 100% on that. It will fit into the environment and to the Glen Eagle regulations.
Okay, yeah, it's not just the issue of does it fit into the environment, but are you conforming to the words in the deed restriction?
Right.
That's the issue.
Okay, we will check it. Thank you very much. And no other comments, because the other is a non-agenda item. That's correct. Okay, moving right along. Could I get a motion to approve the March 2nd, 2022 regularly scheduled meeting minutes?
Move.
Motion made by Councilman Shepherd. Could I get a second?
Second.
Second made by Councilman Clark. City Clerk?
Finley,
Yep.
Shepherd,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Marr,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. Resolution 2022-105. Motion to adopt Resolution 2022-024, thereby abandoning a 5-foot drainage utility easement on each side of the common property line between lots 12 and 13, Diamondhead Phase 2, Unit 10, Block 3. The physical address is 6424 Iona Street. Parcel numbers are 0672-2-35, 082.000 and 067N235-083.000. Could I get a motion?
Move.
Motion made by Councilman Clark. Could I get a second? Second, Councilman Finley, that you want to do that?
Yep.
Second made by Councilman Finley. Any discussion to my left? Any discussion to my right? And this is one owner that's got 2 lots together, and they just want to abandon the easement between it. City Clerk?
Finley,
Yes.
Shepherd,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Marr,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. Resolution 2022-106, motion to adopt Resolution 202-025, thereby abandoning a 5-foot drainage utility easement on each side of the common property line between lots 20 and 17, lots 21 and 17, and lots 21 and 16. Diamondhead Phase 2, Unit 5, Block 6. The physical address is 6868 Owini Court. Parcel numbers are 131B-0-01-162.000 and 131B-01-01-168.000. Could I get a motion?
Move.
Motion made by Councilman Clark. Could I get a second?
Second.
Second made by Councilman Marr. Any discussion to my left? Any discussion to my right? And these are lots that are behind one another. That's why we called out several of them with one owner. City Clerk?
Finley,
Yep.
Shepherd,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Marr,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. Resolution 2022-110, a motion to adopt Resolution 2022-026, thereby ratifying and authorizing the submittal of the National Resource Conservation Service for Energy Water Project funding, request for Cola Court and a Leaky Way, pledging local match funds for other related matters. Could I get a motion?
So moved.
Motion made by Councilman Marr. Could I get a second?
Second.
Second made by Councilman Shepherd. Any discussion to my left? Any discussion to my right? So this is the end of Cola Court. We're working on drainage, and a lot of that specific to this project is for erosion control. A Leaky Way, we also know as the Milton Ditch, right off of Diamondhead Drive Diamondhead Drive East, where Mr. Milton, the weatherman, used to live. This will continue the project on from the end of the ditch to I-10 to help with erosion there as well. City Clerk.
Finley,
Yes.
Shepherd,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Marr,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. Consent agenda items. Could I get a motion to approve consent agenda items 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17A, 17B?
Mayor, I'd like to discuss 17B. I'm a little confused on that because I went and looked at that property today.
Okay, if it's on the consent, we can't discuss it unless we make a motion to pull it off.
I'd like to move to pull it off then.
Okay,
Second.
so let's take back the motion that I asked for. So we have a motion on the floor to move 17B off of the consent agenda onto the action agenda, and it will become 18A. Could I get a motion made by Councilman Shepherd? Could I get a second?
Second.
Second made by Councilman Marr. City Clerk.
Finley,
Yes.
Shepherd,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Marr,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. So, can I get a motion to approve consent agenda items 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 17A?
Move.
Motion made by Councilman Shepherd. Could I get a second?
I'll second.
Second made by Councilman Clark. City Clerk.
Finley,
Councilman Finley?
Shepherd,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Marr,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. Could I get a motion, and we're going to go to 18A. This was a consent agenda item that's now an action agenda. Could I get a motion to approve action item 2022-114, motion to purchase real property located on Crooked Stick, Lot 188 from Glen Eagle Development in the amount of $38,000 for drainage access to the proposed 25-acre detention pond site, and authorize city manager to officiate the purchase? Motion made by Councilman Finley, could I get a second?
Second.
Second made by Councilman Marr. City Clerk, well, let's discuss it.
Wait, yeah, let's discuss
No,
it.
let's
yeah.
discuss it. So, with that being said, Councilman Finley, do you have anything to add to this? Any discussion items, topics?
Not at all.
All right, Councilman Marr.
No.
Councilman Clark? Okay, and I'm gonna just, you want me to go first? I
No,
can
no,
explain
go
what
ahead.
it is?
Yes, go
Okay,
ahead.
because that might be where we are. So this lot is located on Crooked Stick, and it's got a huge drainage ditch in it that drains a lot of the golf course. We've got a slope coming down off the hill, water going into it. We've seen lots that were developed with drainage ditches on them, and we know what happens. It impacts, it floods the neighbors nearby, right? We've got a lot of flooding on Turnberry. So part of us acquiring the 25 acres is to put in a detention pond, be able to catch the water, store it, and then release it at a slower rate and help the residents that are flooding downstream, as well as the residents that are flooding on Turnberry. So this lot is not only for access, but it also has a large drainage lot on it, and it's critical to moving forward with the 25 acres. Councilman Shepherd?
My question is, it's $38,000 for a lot. I mean, we buy into 30 acres behind it, which I know is wetlands, for $30,000. As far as the drainage, it appears that both neighbors have huge chain walls. They're built up high. If it seems that all the water is running down the sides of those houses from the other streets. So I guess my question is why it seems to be a viable lot. I know there's a drainage ditch to the left-hand side of the property from the street, but I thought that if it was built on the chain wall, as it'd have to be there, it wouldn't impede any drainage that's currently there.
And I can state that because I've been out with the city manager numerous times. I've been out with the city engineer numerous times. None of those lots drain. We've got 12 lots, Councilman Shepherd, that flood in the rear. Those 12 lots on those homes on Crooked Stick never are dry, ever.
Yeah, and I know that's wetlands back there, so, I mean, I know that's gonna be an issue, even if we let the drainage is already going through there.
Yeah, it
Hopefully, the
floods.
retention pond's gonna solve some of that issue for them. I don't know, I just think that we could probably buy multiple pieces of property for $38,000. That's my concern about it.
Okay, thank you. Any other comments? City Clerk?
Well, I definitely agree with Mr. Shepherd. It's an amount of money, maybe a little bit above and beyond, but I'm just gonna go with it. Anytime we can, acquire property, to aid drainage and stop, I think it's a good idea.
Thank you, Councilman Finley. City Clerk?
Finley,
Yes.
Shepherd,
No.
Clark,
Yes.
Marr,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. And hopefully this will help with the flooding issues. And we're trying to work, the city is working very hard to acquire. We do wish this lot would have been donated. We certainly do wish it would have. But we've had a lot of homes developed on lots that probably shouldn't have and has impacted us tremendously, so we're trying to do the best we can moving forward to prevent people from flooding. All right, so moving on to action item 18, 2022-098. And I'm going to amend the wording on this. A motion to create a Blessing of the Classic Steering Committee. Could I get a motion?
Move.
Motion made by Councilman Shepherd. Could I get a second?
A second.
Second made by Councilman Clark. Any discussion to my left? Any discussion to my right? And this committee is formed. I know we all know Mr. Mark Duffy had worked so hard with this, and Mr. Mark Duffy is no longer with us, so we are creating a committee to get together, and it's going to be hard to fill his shoes, but we're going to do the best we can moving forward. City Clerk?
Finley,
Yes.
Shepherd,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Marr,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. Action agenda item 2022-000, motion to approve the final plat of Serenity Oaks condominium by MDGA LLC. Could I get a motion?
Move.
Motion made by Councilman Shepherd. Could I get a second? I second it. The mayor seconded it. Any discussion to my left? Any discussion to my right? So this is the condominiums we see being built off of Golf Club Drive. They're coming up, they're looking amazing, and we're excited to have some new homes for people to move into. City Clerk?
Finley,
Yes.
Shepherd,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Marr,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. Routine agenda, claims payable. Motion to approve the docket of claims. Claims DKT 159382, DKT 159414, in the amount of $227,842.10. Could I get a motion?
Move.
Motion made by Councilman Clark. Could I get a second?
Second.
Second made by Councilman Shepherd. City Clerk?
Finley,
Yes.
Shepherd,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Marr,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. Department reports. Could I get a motion to accept the following department reports for the month of February 2022?
Move.
Motion made by Councilman Shepherd. Could I get a second?
Second.
Second made by Councilman Marr. City Clerk?
Finley,
Yes.
Shepherd,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Marr,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. Could I get a motion to accept the February 2022 financial reports?
I move.
Motion made by Councilman Clark. Could I get a second?
Second.
Second made by Councilman Shepherd. City Clerk?
Finley,
Yes.
Shepherd,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Marr,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. Public comments on non-agenda items. We have Russell. Russell, could you please give us your address when you get to the mic? Thank you.
All right. It's 7816 Hilo Court. What I want to talk about today is, so right now Diamondhead's been developing, we're building houses. We're in the middle of the biggest building boom I've seen here since maybe like the Adams Home buildings, I just bought some property in Ward 2 back in Holiday Village, and we're going to build a house. And a lot of folks look at me like I'm crazy for building a house in Holiday Village where there's plenty of mobile homes. I lived there for 5 years. We rented a home back there about 6 years ago. We loved it. It's a quiet area, a lot of nice people back there. But over the years since living there, driving through and looking, it has gone down a lot in the area, okay? I don't think, and maybe a lot of that is just recently the POA covenants have expired or not, depending on who you ask. But there's a lot of, I think, neglect back there. And I'm still going to move forward with building a home back there because I've been in this community for 20 years and I just want to see it brought up. With that being said, I think one of the big issues right now is we're in this building boom, and there's not a lot of homes being built in that area. And you guys are moving forward with the development in Diamondhead with the commercial district, and the homes are being built everywhere, but nothing's really building back there. And I think a lot of it is because people, quite frankly, are scared to invest and build a home back there. Listen, we have what? The Diamondhead Lake Drive development going on right now, the condo development. I think there's a couple more in the works that are going to be coming. When that's done, and the city right now is trying to acquire some lots for drainage properties. When you take all of these lots and that are all going to be occupied one way or another, it leaves very little to be developed. You're looking at maybe Noma Drive, but I know that's kind of be a commercial corridor is the thought in the future. So it kind of leaves the Holiday Village and that west side of Capilama as really a nice high and dry spot to build. There's not a lot of flood issues back there. So I guess what I'm getting at is I would like to see if maybe you guys would consider putting together some sort of, I guess it would be a code or an ordinance to where, like for instance, I'm building a house. The last thing I want for my property value is to have someone put a mobile next to me and their front door is looking in my backyard. I don't mind if there's a mobile home. I have one on the other side of me and it's on a double lot. It faces the front. They have a backyard. I'll have a backyard. But as I drive through there, I notice one of the neglected things I see is there's plenty of mobile homes that are slid in long ways into a lot. And what happens is they don't have a backyard. We all have clutter, but you don't see everybody's clutter because it's behind the house. When you have two side yards, you drive by, you see a little lean-to attached, and just clutter. In Diamondhead, I can't have a $100,000 boat in my driveway unless a fence covers it. But in Holiday Village, I can drive by and see the mess of somebody. So what I guess I'm asking is to maybe consider an ordinance that would say the front door has to face front. I couldn't build my house with my front door facing the side, And I think maybe if you were, say, on the south side, some people prefer to put their front to the water side, which is understandable. And that's just, I want to see the area grow, and I want to see it grow. You guys are trying to develop commercially for us, and we're building homes so that way we can create tax revenue to bring down the burden on people. And I think right now, something like this would maybe take the tension off of a potential person wanting to build or a contractor wanting to build, saying, okay, if I build this house here, I'm maybe going to get another house next to me. But if I do get something that's pre-constructed, say a modular, there's plenty of modular homes or even manufactured homes where the front door is on the end cap with a porch, which would look fine. So that's pretty much what I wanted to bring up tonight.
So basically, you want us to look at the ordinance for mobile homes to make sure that they face the front, the street.
Yeah, so the door doesn't face the side.
And we've got somebody over here, Mr. Pat, that can, he heard all this, so we're going to depend on him to research it for us.
Okay, thank y'all.
Thank you
Thank you,
very
Russell.
much. Mr. Derek Cusick, is there any need for executive session or any legal concerns?
Not tonight.
Okay. Is there any other business of the council that needs to be addressed? Can Thank you, Councilman Finley. Could I get a motion to adjourn?
I will move.
Motion made by Councilman Clark. Could I get a second? Second made by Councilman Shepherd. City Clerk.
Finley,
Yes.
Shepherd,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Marr.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you all for coming out tonight. Enjoy your afternoon. Thank you, Councilman Finley.
Hi, Jane.
Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Do you think that we could
You should have done that.